Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenganjel. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here that any other time you see a man on board, that man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when you see a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of qualities he's looking for in a woman. And the man today happens to be a Canadian. He is a Canadian by birth, currently living in Kenya, and he is living in Diani. Na amekulwa pesa, hata kama haijaisha, amekulwa pesa sana. And this is a sad story because he was married and his wife passed on in the COVID season. During the COVID season, that's when the wife passed on, and he has been touring the world. He has been touring the world, and he decided that he will have a destination somewhere in Zanzibar, Africa, or somewhere, but he found himself in Kenya, and that is exactly how he found himself in Kenya. He was originally coming as a tourist, but again now he is like, the cost of living is a little bit lower, and he wouldn't mind even remarrying because again the joy of his life, the love of his life passed on. May her soul rest in peace. So he gave me his story, and he's telling me that at the age of 61, it's unfortunate that you feel like you have been broken, you feel like you've been shattered, you feel like you have been, like a part of you has just left. And this is somebody they had been married for more than 30 years. This is somebody they have born children together. This is someone they have been confidence, close confidence, you know what I mean. And now the person is no more. So the guy is a Muslim by religion. He is a Canadian. Most Canadians are predominantly Christians, but this one is a Muslim. He is currently in Kenya, living in Diani, and in the search of love and companion, he has not found a match. And that is how he ended up in the hands of some of our babes, hot babes that ate his money. But at least hajamaliza kila kitu. He has some money left, and maybe I don't know how much, I don't know, but he's saying that once he is able to settle, maybe he can pursue his dream, because the dream was to tour the world after retirement. Immediately after retirement, they had almost started to enjoy, but now COVID-19 struck, and that is how he lost the love of his life. He believes that it is never too late. It is never too late to get another chance. And if I told you guys that the intention, the goal, the motive of this show is to bring people to matrimony. This is not a dating site. This is the most reliable online joint where you can get the like-minded people who are also interested in matrimony. So we do not inspire dating or anything like that, because if there is any dating, any courting, that courting is supposed to lead to marriage. And that's why our guest was able to locate our show. I told you this show is going far and wide. Thank you for 7,000 subscribers. We are still pushing on. I told you that once we get to 10,000 subscribers, we will be doing live streams, and these live streams will be dedicated to everyone, to as many as of those who are far and cannot be able to reach us. Instead of calling people on phone, we will be bringing them live on air, just like they are in the studio. So you will be having the guest on one side and the host on the other side. And don't forget that the contacts of our guests will always be on my Facebook stories at Jenga Njel. So please don't be stranded. These contacts only expire after 24 hours. So if you can be interested within a 24-hour span, within one day, you can just pick the contacts of the guests and you can call them, message them at your own convenient time. Are we together? And that's exactly how it works out here. And there are people who also like emails. Like I've realized most of these foreigners, other people in Kenya, like an email helps you to remain anonymous. An email helps you to communicate with people that you are interested in, because again, you do not have to be answerable. Hata kama ni wewe unakuja kwa show, you don't have to be answerable to anybody who is calling. If 1,000 people calls you and 1,000 people call you and you're not entitled to answer all the calls. So the most honorable thing is to send a message. Maybe you can send a WhatsApp message, your details, and maybe because you've because you have at least listened to the story, and then you can be able to connect. Is that fair enough? Yes. So there are people who prefer emails because, look, I want you to present yourself with a situation where you are being called by 1,000 people. You already shared your number, and you are being called by 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. It can be very boring because again, ukiweka hii chini umechukua hii, and the same thing is the same thing. But when you send a message, that's why sometimes most of these people prefer emails, because maybe they only have one business number and they cannot shut that business number off just because people are calling, so they will be stranded. Ni gani namba ya biashara, ni gani si ya biashara, which one is for dating, which one anaziandikangi. But when you have an email, when you send a message, somebody can comfortably read the message and respond if they are interested. If they are not responded, you press next, we go to the next person. Are we together? So our guy is called John. John ile inamaliza na double N na E, and he is now in Kenya, in Diani. He is a widower. A widower is somebody whose wife died. A widow is somebody whose husband died, and since 2020 the guy has been single. They had 2 children, one passed on also, and lakini moja alipass kitambo, huyo mwingine yako. They have a grown daughter, and the daughter is now married. So the guy is alone, and he feels like he can go back to Canada. Which place alisema anaishi wapi in Canada? Ontario. Yes, lives in Ontario, Canada. And yeah, that's it. So if you can be interested, kindly, you'll see his photo. I'll send his photo here. If you could be interested, kindly call him. You can, or let me send you an email. Kindly email him with your details, and if you're interested, you can carry on together. But one more thing, he is not looking forward to having more kids. In fact, he's not interested in people who have small kids. Let me show you what happens in marriage and in life. Most people feel that when two people come together, and they have like grown children, and they are aged, they feel like the pressure is a little bit lower. But when you come with children, that's what he was telling me, ukikuja na wengi ama hata kama ni mmoja na anahitaji attention throughout, they feel like it's a burden to them, and you can understand them most of the time. So yeye anasema kama if you will be having children, regardless of the number, let those children be grown. Okay, they don't have to call him daddy, they don't have, no, he's just looking for a partner, looking for somebody they can spend the rest of their lives together. And this woman should be between the ages of 45, latest 55. So if you are within that window, 40 to 45, 45 to 55, if you're within that window, you can always call him. And this having grown kids means that you could be having them in high school, you could be having them in yani independently in high school. Sio hao wadogo wanahitaji attention hapa na pale, like you cannot go anywhere because of them. You get the point? And we have to respect his decision. So if you're interested, you go to Facebook stories at Jenganjeru, pick the contact, and you can always contact him at your own convenient time. The reason I found out that most people are missing out on our videos, there are people who miss out on our videos. Unakuja kesho, unakuja after 24 hours kulikuwa na video iliwekelewa, lakini number ili expire. If you don't want to be left behind, I told you it's so simple. You subscribe to this channel, you enable the notification bell. You see that bell, you ring that bell. You just need to ring it once, and any other time I release a matchmaker episode, YouTube will automatically notify you. When I release a video, it pops out on your phone or on your gadget, whatever. When that notification pops in, unaangalia kama huyo ni mtu anaweza kukupendeza, unakimbia pale Facebook. If you don't have time to watch, unakimbia pale Facebook, you pick the number, you screenshot, you write it down, and then you can call the guest at your own convenient time. Because again, when you come when asking for the number when it has already expired, chances are very high you won't get it. And again, the person might have already found a match, because this is a big show. There are so many people who are interested in our guests, and they can always contact them on time. The faster, the earlier, the better. Are we together? Yeah, so that's John. and we wish him the very best. He said he doesn't have a problem to come to the show. He doesn't have a problem coming on the show. Are we together? He doesn't have a problem coming to the show. So we wish him the very best. To all singles out there, we are doing our very best. Remember, our show is absolutely free of charge. We wish you the very best, and we hope that as many as of those who could be interested will get their matches. And remember that I always tell you, whenever you meet the right match, you meet your destiny. So until tomorrow, this is Jenga Njeo. God bless you.